So it followed me home. I do not. I feel like I start every episode of this. I don't remember what episode it is. We're probably on like episode 10 or 11. I don't know. Either way, I got a bunch of stuff that followed me home. So, uh, from a various number of places. So I went up to my usual flea market up in Pulaski. I found a couple of good finds. Some actually, a buddy at work gave me a few of these. He was cleaning out his shed because he just got a new one, and he's not into tools or axes or anything like that. So he asked me if he knows I'm into them. So he asked me if I wanted a couple of them. I said, yeah, by all means, throw them in your car. I'll take them when we get to work, and I don't know if they're worth anything or not, but I'll gladly take them off your hands. So I got a few of them from there. And then the remainder I picked up at Bowkville, the Antique Festival. I went to the summer one. I didn't film anything while I was there. I actually ended up twisting my ankle the night before, so I was limping around, and it was super hot. So I was not in the mood to film anything. But I did find some good finds. So you'll get to see those now. And they're actually going to be having another antique show in November for just a 2-day one, an antique festival. So plan on going to that. Hopefully there'll be some good finds there too. It's probably going to be, a bit smaller than the one that went to this time. But either way, let's jump right in. Where to start? Maybe we'll go chronologically. Doesn't mean anything to you, but in the order that I picked them up. So a couple days before I went to the Antique Festival down in Bowkville, I went up to Pulaski and picked up these two. So nothing super special about them. This one here looks like a fairly modern, somewhat modern, round lug jersey. But when I saw it sitting on the shelf, it was sitting there. And when I flipped it over, saw they were only wanted $7 for it. Couldn't pass it up. Yeah, it's got some surface rust on it, but that should clean up pretty nice. And there's really no pull damage whatsoever, so that'll make a great user. Probably make a great wedge banger. Feels about 3.5, 4 pounds maybe. So I did not see any weight stamps on it. When I first saw it, I saw that kind of those markings there. I was like, oh, maybe it's got the jet wings on it, but no. I think there's just other things that were sitting on it that rusted because it was just flat. But either way, for $7, you know what I mean? Can't pass that up. So snagged that guy. And on that same day, I also came across this one. I'm not usually a big double bit collector, but this one had a nice vintage handle on it. Not the original handle, but vintage handle. If you know, just from the remainder of that sticker, what brand handle this is, let me know. It's got some of the original kind of like varnish on it, but it's in good shape. It's straight. They did not hang this very far down on the shoulder, so I feel like I could definitely save this and repurpose it. It's got good grain orientation, a little bit of run out, but not bad. So I think it's nice to make a nice handle. And if you can kind of see from here, I believe it's a 32-inch. I didn't measure it, but if that seems about right. So preferable length for me on a handle. Plus, it's got a Dunlap head. It's like a Western pattern, probably. Maybe you'd call that a Michigan. Yeah, maybe call that a Western. But it does have the forged-in bevels, which is kind of cool. I don't believe Dunlap made their own head, so I don't know. I think it's kind of like Craftsman ordeal where someone else made the heads for them, subcontracted. So I'm not sure who made these. Maybe Man, but yeah. A little rusty. This one was kind of sitting outside at the shed, so picked it up. I don't see any weight stamps on it, but maybe there are. We'll see when it comes time to actually cleaning it up. But yeah, that should be a nice, fun little project. And for, you can see here, $10 again. I couldn't pass it up. So then I went to the antique festival. Like I said, it's the place is huge, especially the large show in the middle of the summer, and it's multiple fields worth of just tents. There were a lot of axes. A lot of people were asking a lot of money for the axes. A lot of stuff that I didn't think was worth it. So the ones I bought, I felt like I got decent deals on. So before we go any further, I also found a hammer while I was there, which is pretty neat. It looks kind of like a rounding hammer, but I believe since this is made by Klein, I believe it is. You can see the stamping on there. I believe it's actually a lineman's hammer. I think they're still made in production today, but I believe they've usually got the newer ones have like a waffled face on one side, where this is round. So maybe this is actually a rounding hammer, but I think it's I believe it's considered a lineman's hammer. So neat little find. And then at the Flea Antique Festival, I picked up, let's go in order here now, this little guy. It's kind of an old timer that had a booth with a bunch of axes. Most of them were unbranded, and he still wanted a ton for them. He had a few cleavers and stuff like that too, that he wanted. I say he wanted a lot for them. He wanted fair prices for them. Like what you kind of pay for them on eBay, I guess. High prices on eBay, not good deals on eBay, which is fine. I hope we got that money for him. But with me in the position I'm at in my collection, I'm kind of hunting for deals, unless it's something I really want to fill out a collection. So one of the ones that he was letting go for fairly cheap was this guy. Kind of hard to see the stamping. Clean this up a little bit here. You kind of just see it's a little beat up, but you can see the end right there. Chester, Winchester. So a nice little Winchester, like scout axe, scout hatchet. It's got the pot hook, wire breaker, nail puller, whatever you want to call them. In my mind, that'd be a pretty junk nail puller. Unless your nail's not driven very far into a tree. So in my mind, the best use for it would probably be a pot hook for pulling a little bush pot off the campfire. But the bit looks pretty full. Looks like it's in good condition. The pole wasn't hammered on too bad. The side of the face did get some hammer strikes from someone doing something stupid with it. But either way, I think that'll clean up cool. And for, like I said, he was asking a very reasonable price for it. So I snagged it. Next one was this guy here. This is one of the ones I'm most excited about. Picked it right up pretty much on my way out. I saw a guy had it leaning up against a booth where it was the only axe he had. He had a couple other tools, but so it's a plum. You can see that. It is a square label, or square box. With Michigan pattern. So there was a weight stamp on here, pretty sure. So you can see a 2. I'm assuming there's a 3 or a 4. A 3 or a 4 alongside it. I think a 3. Looks like about a 3.5 pound head. But it's on what I think is maybe original handle, if not a nice vintage handle that is nice and straight. I think this is full length, so 36 inch, maybe 34 inch. And it has the diamond touch mark, or triangle touch mark. So it's kind of cool. Like I said, so it looks pretty rusty right now, but the bits look really full. It's really just a lot of surface rust. I think this one's going to clean up really nice. Again, I'm not a big fan of double bits, but when it's this clean, again, the guy was asking a very reasonable price for it. You know, kind of what I'd expect at flea market or garage sale prices. I had to pick it up. So that's another one that'll be in the collection. That's one I like, but if someone really loves it, I'd probably let it go. Same with that Dunlap. and the Winchester and the other round lug. So if you see anything that I'm covering here that you really love, let me know. And then another guy, the place that, if you remember, and the previous It Followed Me Home episode where I had gone to this same show, but like the early one in the beginning of the year, where I picked up that, it was the Plum Rockaway and the Plum Connecticut pattern Plum Victory. Same guy had a bunch of these that I picked up and made a bulk deal for him. So he has this little Craftsman, little pitted, but this is one of the older ones where the geometry on it's just really nice. So a nice high center line. I think that'll clean up really nice. And the main reason I bought it is the handle is pretty straight. Straight enough that I think I can either straighten it out or use it as is. And it's branded Craftsman. I want to hang one of my nicer Craftsman Boys Axe heads on it because the handle is in pretty darn good shape. Someone did kind of bob the fawn's foot off, probably because it cracked at one point. But other than that, it's in pretty good condition. You can still see the Craftsman stamp on it, so that's cool. I think that'll darken up nicely. So I'm excited about that. Like I said, the head's a little crusty, but it's still a good condition Boys Axe with nice high center lines. So it'd make a great user still. So grabbed that guy. And the same guy, he also had this, it's not cleaned up, but no stamp, no name, Connecticut pattern. So I had to pick that up. Toe's a little short, but not terrible. I think you could even that bit out pretty easily. Looks like someone either painted or did like a little epoxy hang. I don't think this is the original hang on this. Maybe. If you know this hardware store, AHS. Let me know. This handle, it's pretty bowed, but the shape of it's really nice. If I can get this one to straighten out, I think it'd make, if I can get this pulled without damaging it, because damaging it too bad, because that epoxy, I think this one would make a nice handle too. So excited about that. Even like a little bit warped. Well, a lot of it warped, but I think it's still salvageable. If I could steam it straight, so eventually. And like I said, it's a Connecticut pattern too. So even though it's unstamped, unnamed, it's still Connie. I don't really need another Connecticut pattern, so like I said, if you really love it, let me know. Save the best one from him for last. And I also grabbed a no name handle from him, kind of new old stock. Nothing was ever hung on it before. Curves cut nice and straight. It's a full length handle, 36 inch, I think. I should know to get the tape measure up before I start talking about handle lengths that I haven't measured, but yeah, 36 inches, right on the nose. So nothing super fancy, nothing super special. Decent palm swell on it. So it's older, but not super old. Grain orientation on it's all right. There's some run out, but it's older. I might use this just to hang something on that I don't really plan on using much. I don't know. It was sitting there and it was straight and it had decent lines on it, so I just bundled it with the rest of them. All right, now the one I was most excited for is this little guy right here. You know, looks just like a standard double bit. Kind of short handle. I was like, oh, it might be a cruiser, so I grabbed it. Just had them all stacked against a barn. And then when I picked it up, kind of saw that geometry. Then I flipped it over and saw it's a diamond eye. So it's most likely a snow and Neely. I did not see any. Like I said, clearly I haven't cleaned it up at all. So I did not see any name stamp on it. Maybe once I clean it up, I'll come across something. But either way, it was a diamond eye. So had to grab that. Excited about that one. Pretty cool. Handle's toast. It's pretty. Got some woodworm in it. Split, some overstrike. So, yeah, it's just not the right size for this looks like a boy's axe handle. This is a full-size eye, so not the right size handle for the head, but either way, very cool one. The one bit looks slightly shorter than the other, but I don't know if that was ever intentional. Probably not. Probably just more heavily worn. But either way, neither of the bits have giant chips out of the edges, so I think this one will clean up good. It'll clean up well. Like I said, I didn't see if there was a weight stamp on anything or a name stamp. We'll see more when whenever I get around to cleaning this one up. I laugh because I've still got that plum rockaway that's I know is going to clean up so nice, sitting on the rack there. Oh, plenty of ones for projects for this winter when I'm not going around to flea markets and antique shows. So another one's going on the rack. I've got that nicer. It's actually right here. That nicer Snow and Neely diamond eye that I still haven't done anything with yet. So I don't really need this one, but it was a good deal, so I was going to pass it up. I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, just not stupid. I'm probably stupid too, so whatever. All right, so now we're on to the three that my buddy at work gave me when he was cleaning out the shed. Yeah, he had an old kind of small bolt together shed on his property, his house. They're getting rid of that because they actually bought a shed from the Amish. So they're cleaning it out, and they had come across these. These were sitting in the corner, so gave them to me. It's an old Matic. I didn't see any name or stamps on it. The handle is very thick. I could probably repurpose that and save it, and glue it up, and see if it holds together. But yeah, no names on it. I'll probably fix this up and use it around the house. It looks like the edges are in good shape still, so there might be a name stamp under there, but I don't see any right off the rip. And then this double bit looks just like a Michigan pattern to me. Looks like a fairly worn Michigan pattern because it is a full-size eye, but hey, he was giving it to me free, so I'll clean it up, see if there's anything neat under that crusty rust. So the handle might be the most wormwood-eaten handle I have ever come across. Looks kind of cool. I would not use it though, so maybe I'll hang on to it. Hang some other real crusty double bit on it, just for a wall hanger. Because it's in good shape, like before the worms got to it. A little bow to it, but it's got a great feel to it. Probably try filling the holes with like epoxy or something. It might be interesting. But yeah, I won't throw the handle out, but no idea what I'll actually do with it. And then the last one, I'm not sure what this one is. So, I mean, I know it's a Michigan pattern, obviously, but full-length handle. The shape on it looks nice. It's got that kind of like whitish paint on it that I know a lot of old True Tempers had on them. Thing here is it looks like there's a stamp there. I took this little bit of Brillo pad to it enough to kind of just start revealing it. I think it might be a Collins, because see the square box. I don't know what other makers off the top of my head have that square box, but that might be a legit miss. Yeah, it's pretty rusty. The geometry on it's nice though. Like you can see, it's a nice. Here, there we go. It's got a nice size center line on it. It's a quality shaped head. The handle is not just a straight stick, so it's definitely older. To me, this looks like it was probably the original hang. It got loose and people just drove some nails in there. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting one to clean up. I really think it might be. I think that might be a legit mess. Here, let me grab a intermission here. Here, see if we can unveil it right on camera. I just cleaned my bench too. I just got a bunch of that old, yeah, I believe that's a Collins Legitimus. Cool. Very cool. So, Joe, I know you'll never see this, but thanks. Yeah, so that was everything that followed me home. Pretty good haul. Got lots of new projects or stuff to do new projects on. So let me know if you think any of these should take priority. Most of these are probably just going to go right on the rack. But yeah, a lot of neat finds. So if one of them is just really calling your name and you absolutely have to have it, shoot me a message. Hit me up on Instagram. we can talk. So thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned. The next thing I'll probably do is get that Prentice vise mounted to the bench. I want to do some more axe videos too. Get back at it. I enjoy doing the vise videos, but they haven't gotten as much traction as the axe content. So seems like most of you guys are here for that, and I enjoy it too. Obviously, I mean, I just brought all these home, so the axe content is not stopping anytime soon. So stay tuned. Let me know what you want to see me work on. I don't have anything specifically planned. Maybe clean up that Jersey Boys axe, or work on that little True Temper. True Temper Boys axe that I picked up a while back. I just really liked the shape of that. Maybe I should hang something on this handle. Hang my fire axe on it or something. Something bigger. I don't know. Let me know what. If you guys are still watching, comment and let me know what kind of build you'd like to see me do. Would you like to see me build something for eBay? Would you like me to build something for myself? Would you like me to build like a little forest axe hatchet? Do you want me to carve a handle from scratch? I don't know if I want to get into that quite yet, but that's more of like a full wintertime thing. But yeah, if you're dying to see something, let me know. Help me decide. I'm clearly indecisive. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Yeah, I went back and threw that on the actual wire wheel. Cleaned that up just a tiny bit. Definitely, it's still rusted and pitted, but it's definitely a Collins Legitimus, so it's pretty neat. Yeah, the bright lights kind of make it even harder to read. Yeah, it's almost easier when I hold it further away. Yeah, cool.